Sometimes when you do something creative all the time, you eventually just lose that spark. The joy of it disappears. It isn't fun anymore, and you wonder why you've been doing it in the first place. If you do art for a living, you wonder, have I wasted all this time learning to draw when I don't even really like it? Have I been committed to basically a lie, and now it's too late to turn around and do a quote-unquote normal job like people told me to? But if you've been drawing long enough, if it's really your passion, you know that inspiration isn't gone forever, that it will come back, and that it takes time. I had that happen to me recently. I wanted to draw, but the physical act of it just wasn't fun. Putting a stylus to my tablet felt horrible, and yet I couldn't really bring myself to do any other hobbies. It was like I forgot I could do other things, and, well, I just needed to take a break from it despite not wanting to. I ended up talking about this feeling with another one of my art friends, and they were the one that reminded me that they always came back to it anytime they took a break. That no matter what, you can just trust that if you want to draw again, you have to be patient. And that's what also gave me some amount of trust that maybe it was okay I took a break too. So came the time to plan. I announced to my patrons that I was taking a break from drawing, and I didn't know how long that'd be. There was, however, one minor problem. I still had to draw for work. So entirely cutting out drawing wasn't an option. And that meant the best I could do was not force myself to do personal art whatsoever. To just not pick it up till I knew that the feeling like it was an obligation had faded for sure. And that's where I pulled my partner in to help out. I took my drawing stylus and the stand for it, and I put it on his desk with his permission. The simple act of putting my drawing stylus for my tablet somewhere else made what was a habit a conscious choice instead. I had to choose to do it, which meant I had to be very clear every time I picked up my stylus that I had to draw something for work. And to be honest, those first few days were hard. I had days where I just wanted to draw because it was habit, instinct, but I also didn't know what to draw. So I waited, not without quite a few reminders from my partner that I said I was doing this and I should stick to it. And eventually I found it easier to pick up my other hobbies again. I watched more shows, played games, worked on my silly little DIY model kits. I think it was about a week and a half of no personal art for me until I finally, very, very slowly poked my head back into it. And when I did finally start a new piece, it was one I had a really strong idea for, one that made me happy, that I had time to think about the idea and the composition of, properly gather references and all of that. And the process of making that piece was fun. Honestly, I also think it might have been one of the first pieces that it started me doing the more vibrant wild color palettes that I've been doing this latter part of the year. Now, obviously, that doesn't really answer how I ended up coming back to drawing when it stopped being fun. I don't know if I can concretely answer it, other than to trust yourself to come back when you feel ready. It felt like maybe this was not being inspired, but it also felt like a slightly different problem. And somehow a similar solution of resting and enjoying my other hobbies and filling that well of inspiration did work. Art's one of those weird things in the world where you can get as technical and scientific as you want when it comes to improving, but there's always that little part of it that's hard to understand magic, for lack of a better word, I think. And that's okay. Just like it's okay to take a break from your hobbies when they become a chore. And that's the video. It's another weird one. I wanted to try my hand at making another one like the Dark Souls video, but I thought it'd be a good note to end the year on. Thank you a bunch for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next year. I'll be taking the holidays off to relax and think about how I want to make videos going forward. There might be changes to the schedule, there might not. Who knows? So, have a good break, be creative, and I will see you all on January 10th. Bye-bye!